Hey, Dash fans, welcome to welcome to DashCast. Andrew Murphy with you, alongside JJ Johnson, our producer, Carson Lesser. Boys, how we doing?
I'm good. Doing great. It's a great day.
All right, that's a check mark for JJ.
Doing good.
That's a check mark for Carson. That's good. I'm doing good too. Hey, are we watching playoff baseball right now?
Are you waiting for the answer from me?
Yeah.
Well, okay. I watched part of Detroit play the other day,
Okay.
the afternoon, and I just watched the highlights of the Dodgers last night.
I mean,
so.
there's too much going on, I think, for everybody to be able to sit down and meticulously watch every game. I mean, I've kind of made some time in my schedule, but yeah, it's I don't know. I feel like this this postseason is probably some of the most exciting postseason baseball that we've seen in ages.
Right.
Yeah.
I've always said it about postseason baseball, though.
Well, I mean, it's different.
Yeah.
It is different. Yeah. And I don't know. It's like you still got the Dodgers and the Yankees in there.
Yeah.
And those are the two teams that I think all season long everybody's been like, yes, they are the front runners. But then you got these other kind of scrappier teams that honestly have kind of snuck in via the wild card teams who have kind of been on the cusp of playoff contention, but have kind of been counted out, I think, at certain points in the year, like the Mets with a fantastic wild card series. And then now they're hungry. Like it just that switch flicks on in October. And I think the Mets have kind of found a way to channel that. Oh, they're counting us out. They don't think we can win this thing, but they're one win away. I mean, as of today, I mean, we're going to release this in a week, so we'll know by then. But as of today, Wednesday, October 9th, I mean, they are one win away from going to the National League Championship Series, which I think is insane.
Right. I know the Mets fans are excited about that one. Definitely. They deserve it.
They're just rallying behind Grimace.
Dude, Grimace needs a contract extension or something. He's going to be a hot free agent. I think some teams are going to offer him some big money.
Have you seen him getting on the subway?
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. That was nuts.
So explain this to me. Does he have a seat at the stadium?
So they what they did with Grimace, I mean, it was probably a promotion with McDowells. I don't know the full scope of it, but I mean, one day a couple of weeks ago, I saw that the Mets painted one seat in Citi Field purple, and they put Grimace's name on it. So it's like, yeah, he's going to be in there. I mean, at least for the rest of the year. I don't know if it'll be for next year or what the deal was, but it was so random how that came about. He threw out the first pitch at a Mets game, and I think they went on like a 6-7 game winning streak or something like that. I might be wrong with the number there, but it was a pretty substantial win streak for a little bit, and everybody just latched onto Grimace as like, oh, he's the good luck charm. Now he's back. And I can't think of a better time to bring him back.
There you go. Yeah. He's a big fan favorite, I read.
Yeah.
With the kids.
Yeah, I mean.
Big old purple Grimace, huh?
Yeah, there's been like people like dressing up as Grimace too and just showing up to the games.
There's one guy in particular who has shown up to Mets games wearing a Grimace costume. It looks very off-brand. It's not
the real Grimace.
It's like a Spirit Halloween costume.
Yeah, it definitely is. Or maybe he made it himself. I don't know.
It's called Purple Blob.
Yeah, that's legally
blob.
They have to label it Purple Blob on the costume. But
that's fun though. I read that and I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Right here doing playoff baseball.
Who do you guys think could take this all the way? I mean, right now we're kind of, in the middle of the division series. But
I think just Padres, I think they're going to take it.
Yeah.
I mean, they got that energy behind them. I mean, they got Tatis there just getting them going.
Well, the Padres, I mean, they've got some controversy swirling right now due to the events of a few nights ago. Manny Machado threw that ball into the Dodgers dugout. And I mean, did you guys see the video?
No, I have not.
I saw I read it.
Well, so the problem at first is there were too few angles to really look at it from and determine if he was doing something malicious or just throwing the ball off to the side, because the first batter was up. And that's what originally I thought was the case. I mean, it didn't look super intentional, but he's at third. The Dodgers dugout was along the third base line. I think he just tossed the ball back because I'm not tossing that all the way to first, especially if the batter's literally stepping in, which was the case, right? I think it was.
So it didn't look like he tossed it with any extra force.
No, but again, it was just one of those things that's kind of added to this style of play that the Padres have taken on in the postseason, which is they're really taking extra strides to get in the other team's head. I mean, Profar with that catch, robbing the home run, and not showing the ball, just slowly backing away, looking fans directly in the eyes.
I just watched the video of Machado, and it doesn't look like he's like he's just throwing a grounder.
Yeah, like he didn't fire it in there.
Yeah, like the ball hits the ground at third base and just rolls.
Maybe it's just good. Maybe it's good press for the series.
Probably.
You know, it's just light enough of an incident to make people go, oh, I don't know, what's going on there?
Yeah, get viewers and be like, oh.
So if he did intentionally do it, it wasn't frustrations because they were up, right?
No, it wouldn't have been frustration.
No,
not at all. It would have been,
just
what's up?
It also just could have been the pitcher saying, I don't want that ball again. Just get rid of it.
Could have been.
So he's just throwing it away.
From my view, there are too many moving targets. Including your own pitcher, if you're just to chuck it to first from third, right? Whereas you could instead just more comfortably throw it to the dugout closest to you.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Beef sells. People love some drama, some beef,
especially in playoffs.
Oh yeah, playoff anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway,
that is true.
Hey, hockey started last night. Are you guys hockey fans? I know you're a hockey fan, JJ.
I like to watch it every once in a while. I'm not a fan of a team.
You like the Thunderbirds. That counts.
Thunderbirds, yeah. Local teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's a lot of fun to go see a live hockey game. So,
Utah Hockey Club, formerly known as the were they the Arizona Coyotes the last like 10 years or so?
I want to say it was I grew up and it was always the Arizona Coyotes.
I used to know them as the Phoenix Coyotes. So somewhere along the line,
I mean, they're Coyotes. They just changed the name.
Well, now they're the Utah Hockey Club, which is along the same lines as Washington Football Team. You're a Commanders fan.
I am a Commanders fan.
So we'll keep the first iteration of the name out of there. Like when they released the Washington Football Team,
right?
Like, what was your gut reaction?
Didn't care. Made sense. Let's do it. Let's go on. What's next?
Well, like, just the fact that they didn't replace it with something else immediately.
Well, they've been one thing for so long, so you can't, I knew it wasn't going to be changed that quickly.
Right.
In one off season. Then that's basically what they had. So it was a really good placeholder. In fact, a lot of people kind of wanted to keep it that. So.
I just compare it to Cleveland because they went right to the Guardians, and it seems like that had been in the works for a long time, and it just surprises me that an NFL team or an NHL team couldn't get it together as well. Then again, the move from Arizona to Utah for the hockey club was very abrupt. It seemed like it just kind of.
Well, I feel like it got leaked. I'm pretty sure.
Did it get leaked?
Yeah. So it was after the Coyotes got out of playoffs, and fans saw them in Utah, the entire team, the staff, everything, checking out rinks or places that they can play at, and everyone was like, "Are they moving to Utah?"
Oh, here we go. Here's a headline: Utah Hockey Club's Clayton Keller accidentally reveals team name. He scored the second goal in team history last night, by the way.
Nice.
As anticipation builds for Utah's new NHL team, currently using the placeholder Hockey Club as the franchise's nickname, a potential spoiler has come from the most unlikely of sources. Clayton Keller, star forward for the Utah HC. That sounds like a soccer. That sounds like a soccer name.
Yeah.
Utah HC. Hinted at what could be the team's official name during an interview with NHL.com, potentially revealing the name. Ready for this?
I'm ready. Wait a minute. Drum roll. Okay, okay, there we go.
It's gonna screw up our levels. Yeti. The Yeti.
The Yeti.
I'm not ready, Yeti.
I'm on board. That name rocks.
Think
of all the merch that'll sell, dude.
I mean, that's true. It's like the Kraken.
If they get that right, I don't like the Kraken.
At first, I was the same way at first. I was like, I'm not a big fan of the Kraken.
I don't get
and then I saw the uniforms, the look, and I was like, it's kind of growing on me.
The color scheme's good, but I think they could have done a lot better than just like a fancy looking S, because the Kraken's like a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it ties in with like Seattle's like nautical history, though.
yeah, I guess. But no, I mean, I get the city tie-in with it, but Vegas Golden Knights seems like the better of the two expansion franchises to me, just because Gold, whatever, Knights is just kind of a safe pick, and that city has seemed to really latch on to that identity too.
Yeah,
like I was really skeptical when there were talks about NHL is going to be in Las Vegas. I'm like. That just doesn't make sense to me. It's a tourist town, typically. I mean, there are about 1.5 million people that live there, I guess.
Right.
But like, it didn't make a whole lot of sense. And now, Las Vegas, they've got NHL team, they've got NFL team, Major League team. I guess, I don't know, maybe. Like, we'll see what happens with all that. But
speaking of Kraken, big up to the ladies, by the way. First ladies head coach.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
the first female assistant coach in NHL history.
Yeah.
That was last night versus my St. Louis Blues.
It's a tough loss.
It was very nice. What's her name? I forgot her name. They only showed her once.
Jessica Campbell.
Yeah. There we go.
Look at you on top of
nice.
everything.
There we go. That's our statistician.
Yeah, I had it all
JJ.
upstairs and on my phone in front.
No, that's very cool. And I don't know. Hockey is so like not divisive, but it's very hit or miss, especially in the part of the country that we live, like the Southeast. You either love it or just totally on board, or you just don't care at all. And I feel like with the Carolina Hurricanes, though, like there's definitely a stronger fan base. Like Atlanta had their team, they had their chance, and nobody cared with the Thrashers, but the Hurricanes have remained pretty solid.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think if they weren't as solid, have a solid history, they didn't have as solid of a history, do you think they would still have the fans around them in this area?
I don't know. It's hard to say, because I mean there's a lot of marketing involved, and there's a lot of I think really one thing that helps the Hurricanes is the fact that they're not I don't know, the Panthers are kind of an out there example for this, just because they don't have a whole lot of I mean recently, last few weeks they've been on the money, but just the fact that it's branded as the Carolina Hurricanes and not like the North Carolina or the Raleigh Hurricanes, you know,
right.
It's kind of it's almost as if you're bringing North and South Carolina together and saying, hey, this is the Carolinas team, not just North Carolina's team. So I think that helps. And then also they're good.
Yeah,
they've been
helps.
really good the last 5 years or so.
Oh yeah,
Stanley Cup contenders, and I mean I was looking at rankings last night on ESPN. Like they're top 10 again on both fronts, offense, defense. Who's their goalie this year? Same guy.
Yeah, it's going to be Frederick Anderson. And I'm not sure if Ronta is there, but I know Kopechek.
There you go.
Is also in there in that mix.
It's good. They do a good job. I don't like the parking situation over there. Situation at the, what is it now, Lenovo Center?
Lenovo, yep.
It's a nightmare.
It is. I feel like they do, I mean, it's kind of like minor league baseball. They do what they have.
Yeah.
They do the best they can.
Yeah. But I remember last year, Meredith and I went to, her parents got me some Blues Hurricanes tickets last February, and we went. And first of all, the exit that you take to get off the highway and to the arena is just, I mean, you're sitting still.
The traffic.
Oh, it's horrible. But they can't do anything about that. You know, that is what it is. And then the lot's full, so you got to park like 1.5 miles over near Carter Finley, like past Carter Finley.
Right, and see, that's what I did not realize, how far people were walking to get to the games there.
Yeah.
When during big games, I was already inside, and like the parking lot was fairly empty, But I've had friends tell me, "Wow, we walked a long way to get to this arena."
Yeah. We came into the arena, 7 minutes had been played, and it was just like,
Wow.
darn. But the Blues lost anyway, so I didn't really care. Yeah, man, it's that time of year. Like, it's such a transitional period for sports and like just the vibe and starting to get a little chill in the air, right? The cold weather sports are starting up. Football's in full swing. I can't wait for basketball. You guys ready for basketball?
Yeah, I don't really watch basketball that much, but I feel like this year I'm like, I think I'm going to get into it more.
So what are you going to pay more attention to, NBA or college?
College.
Yeah.
Probably college for me too.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what
I mean, I feel like especially in the South, like everything is like it's college sports.
Well, North Carolina. I mean,
yeah.
Like this is ACC country here.
That's true.
You got powerhouse basketball programs. The transfer portal's just making everything more exciting for everybody.
right.
There's just no telling, especially come March.
Right.
March Madness gets like more and more electric with each passing year.
Right.
It's crazy.
I mean, we have a giant bracket for March Madness.
Yeah.
In our break room.
March Madness here gets it's a for the round of 64. Like it's a 2-day event, and like we're taking calls, and we're doing what we need to do, but we got all 4 TVs back there running full steam.
Yeah.
Huge. Now the ACC has expanded. Like as a kid, it was just your core teams around, and it's a huge thing now. It's definitely global now. But I remember being in school and the teacher would roll in that TV, and let us watch the tournaments during school. I mean, that's why I don't know anything today, but it was so much fun.
I know. That's how it was with Cardinals baseball.
Yeah.
Just little 5th grade Andrew Murphy sitting there.
Right.
Mr. Setley wheels in the TV, and he's like, all right, if we can do our work like for 30 solid minutes, I will turn the TV on and we can watch the Cardinals. And everybody's like, let's learn about the Stamp Act. Let's get it going.
Yeah.
Real quick. So that's fun. That's fun.
All your friends and family good, and anybody in the hurricane?
Oh yeah. No, we've I have a few friends up in Asheville who we've been checking on periodically. Actually, one of them came to Winston to stay with us just for a couple nights or whatever, just come hang out. And we took him to Sam's and got him water and propane and stuff. And, yeah, that's tough, man. The whole Hurricane Helene situation is just it's awful. I don't know if we should talk about this on the podcast. I don't know if it's. I mean,
a lot of it's a positive thing. A lot of good people are pulling together.
Oh yeah,
to
yeah,
help out and
No,
everything.
that's probably
which is how I came across the Waffle House logic. Do you know what that is?
The what?
The Waffle House.
Oh
logic.
yeah.
Do you know what that is?
No. What do you mean?
In southeastern cities or Waffle Houses in the southeast.
It's mainly on like by the coast, like
by the
Florida,
coast,
Louisiana, like South Carolina,
Right.
like right on, like in like hurricane like area, like coast of North Carolina too.
Right. If you walked outside and there was a storm coming, you knew it was coming, and the Waffle House was open, there's chances are you're going to be fine during the storm. That's the logic, because Waffle House stays open no matter what, because they're right there for every storm, for all the people to bring them in. Like, it's always there. So if the Waffle House is closed,
that's like get out.
That's how you know.
Yeah.
Get out.
Oh wow. Yeah, but Asheville, I feel like is such a community-centered kind of town.
Mm-hmm. A lot like Boone.
It's a lot like Boone,
yeah.
Sure. And it's already, like in the mountains, tough to, import and export goods,
Oh, right.
food and stuff.
They lost
like
a lot of roads, a lot of mudslides.
Yeah, so it's just, it's tough to see that happen, but the silver lining there, it's also inspiring to see not just people in Asheville helping each other out, but people from all over, not just North Carolina, but the entire Southeast, got to come together and and give those fine folks what they need.
Yeah.
It's and that's an uphill battle to climb.
Right.
There's a lot that needs to be repaired and needs to be serviced, but I think that the region, I think that the country. Everybody involved is up to the challenge.
Yeah.
And
Well, now it was a good point I heard yesterday. They need clothing.
Yeah.
Clothing is very important because it's about to get cold, and a lot of them might have lost a lot of their winter gear because it was warmer when this happened. So.
Well, we're of course sending our best to everybody out there, and I know as an organization, I mean we've got our hands in a few things that are helping out those victims, and we just had the card show at the stadium. The price of admission instead of just dollar bills was I think canned good,
Right,
or goods or just items, and
it was like donations, anything that you can give.
So that was good to see, and I knew it was pretty well attended. So thanks to everybody for coming out and supporting that, and helping a cause that we all know is a good one.
right, for sure.
I got my tires replaced totally yesterday.
Yeah,
it was not fun.
really.
So I was
like all 4 tires.
all 4 tires.
Ooh, that can be.
Yeah, that's a little pricey.
Yeah,
it was.
SUV. Huh?
It was.
Yeah.
So I was fine with it because I mean they showed me, they did the test. They're like these are about to be like not so awesome, especially with the winter months and cold and rain and all that. And I was like, you know what, whatever, let's just bite the bullet. And I did it, and it's fine. But then they were like, hey, we need you to sign this. It's a waiver for your consent to install the new audio update required by Hyundai. I was like, okay, is this going to cost me anything? They're like, no. I said, okay, fine. Andrew Murphy. And turns out it cost me about an hour and a half longer at the dealership.
Well, it won't cost you any money out of your pocket,
No,
but your
it's
time.
going to cost you a lot of time. And I was just like, oh, man.
You're going to be here all day. You might as well just clock in.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I was there at 8 o'clock, and it took me way too long. But I just sat there and answered emails, and
I'm coming up on my 15,000-mile checkup.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting.
How do you think how do you think you're gonna do?
I mean, last time I went in I think I was in the right mindset. I just pulled up to the garage door, and I wasn't nervous. They opened the garage.
As one does.
And then they said, come on in, Mr. Johnson. They took care of me. I waited for about an hour and a half. Wasn't too bad on an appointment. And they rolled me out of there.
Good. Warranty?
Yeah, the warranty. Yeah, so, I go up in there snobby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I go up in there with attitude. Yeah. Oh, I'm on a warranty.
I feel like that going in with an attitude just makes them be like, I'm just going to wait a little bit longer for this guy.
I know. You never want to go in there with an attitude.
No.
You never want to.
Oh, I did.
Did you?
No, I did. It was a good attitude.
I was like, yeah, it took me 4 hours just get an oil change.
It's easy when you're doing like car stuff specifically to get a little attitude. Be like,
this is my first warranty car, really. So,
wow.
Yeah. So,
What kind?
Well, as far as all paid for.
What kind of car though?
Toyota Corolla.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very reliable.
Yeah, I've been very pleased with it. It's been good. It's been good. Like my last car, I had gas leaking out the radio.
What? Whoa. What? I feel like I learn something new about you every single time we do this.
Well, I've been many places, done many things, Carson. There's books.
How do you get gas out of the radio?
Well, I was joking, but
yeah, I think
that
was
was
just an expression.
I thought you were being dead serious, and I was like, that doesn't. I was like, what?
No, Carson, gas did not come out of his radio.
Don't like that cigarette.
I'm just so gullible, I guess.
Blow us up.
No, that would be a pretty critical issue that I feel like would take a little longer than an hour and a half at the Toyota dealership to fix.
Yeah. The worst thing ever happened when I was, as far as a car, I had a wheel pop off my car.
Ooh.
Lug nuts broke, and I was on 40. If you know 40, right by the Greensboro airport. I was right there at 4 o'clock on a Friday.
Wow.
Yeah. That's rough.
That's a bad spot.
It popped off, rolled to the side of the road, didn't hit a single car. I stopped in the middle of the highway and just waited for help.
So I have an experience with tires. It wasn't my car. So back in college, we were coming back from our spring break trip of we were playing games down in Florida, and we get about to where Daytona Beach, I want to say, and we're like, oh, our bus driver's like, hey, the bus is shaking a little bit. This isn't really good. So let's stop at a gas station. The only gas station was a Buc-ee's. Thankfully,
pretty good only gas station.
That's right.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever been to a Buc-ee's. It's pretty great. So we stop there. We get off. We go inside Buc-ee's and come out. And our bus driver's like, yeah, we're going to be here a while. We're like, well, how long's a while? Because we left right after the game, and we're supposed to get back around 11 o'clock. And he's like, well, we got to wait for the company tow truck because the tire is about to explode. So we look around the bus, and we see the tire, and you just see, the metal wiring inside of the tire just, out and exposed. We're like, yeah, that's not supposed to look like that. So we ended up staying there for about 6 hours, and we were going back to South Carolina. So we didn't get back to 4 in the morning. It was bad.
Yikes.
But what a place to be at, though.
The tire didn't explode, though?
No, it did not.
That's what I'm saying. How
wanted the
lucky
tire to
are
explode.
you to have that happen at a
At
Buc-ee's?
Buc-ee's.
I know.
Buc-ee's rocks.
Were you 6 hours at Buc-ee's?
Yeah. 6 hours. We were just in the edge of the parking lot, just chilling there.
You're right. You made the face. I get you, Murph. So
6 hours.
6 hours.
I mean, look,
after about
there's-
3, you're probably like, I don't want to eat another barbecue sandwich.
there's a lot of food and noises and shapes and colors there to keep you entertained. But I mean, at a certain point, it's like, all right, can we get this show on the road?
I mean,
please?
we had some of my teammates. They went inside, bought frisbees, and came back, and we just started playing frisbee in the
That's a
parking
good
lot.
idea. There you go. They probably had I
That was about at the
Buc-ee's.
4 hour mark.
If they
and
had,
then 2 hours later, we were just sitting there.
if they had cornhole boards, those are probably on the more expensive
Yeah.
side, though. Not very portable on a bus either.
No, I mean, you're looking at college kids. They're not going to buy cornhole boards. at a
probably-
I don't know,
Buc-ee's.
man. I don't know. I went to some college with some guys who might be bold enough to be like, you know what? I'm buying these. I'm buying these right now. Taking them home. I don't care if they won't fit in the back of my Nissan Altima.
I've yet to.
I mean, it was even better because we had Canadians with us, and they had never seen a Buc-ee's like me, and they were like, "This thing's got everything.
Yeah,
It needs a roller coaster, and bam, it's an amusement park."
yeah, pretty much. You guys ever been so excited about going to Chili's that you pop a tire?
No, I feel like you have though.
I have. So I used to drive just a crummy little CRV that was passed down to me, and it was on its last legs for sure. And so one night, Meredith and I are driving around. I think we were we were running errands or something, and she's like, "Do you want to go to Chili's?" And I was like, "Yes, absolutely." So I hit a Yui at the next light. You know that Shell station over by the mall?
Yeah,
Like that kind of octagonal.
Right, yeah.
Shell
it's
station.
in the worst spot.
Yeah, it's not a
Right.
great spot, and it's also not a great spot to pop a Yui, and that's what I did. And I didn't, I don't know. I was just so focused on getting my triple dipper in my belly that I was like,
You didn't
whatever.
want any baby back ribs.
We can hit this, and I did not. I hit the curb, and my tire went.
Just
Boom!
right, yeah.
And so, yeah, we had to change the tire, and it was like an ordeal because the jack in my the jack inside of the CRV was like kind of rusty,
Ooh.
and so we had to call on some nice person who I guess did this like for a living, and he was like, "Oh, I got you. I got the tools." He just like did it. He took over for us, and we got on our way.
Did you still go to Chili's?
Yes, we still went to Chili's.
Did you walk to Chili's or?
No, we
Oh,
drove.
you drove.
We
You
drove
just
with
waited?
the spare
Oh,
tire
the spare
on
tire.
there.
So about how
And,
much time were you doing the tire thing?
Oh, it took like 20, 25 minutes.
Okay, it's not bad. Because I, on the way to eat, I'm just thinking that stuff like that happened to me, and it's like you're starving.
But we got back in the car, and there's just like a silence, just like... and Mary looks at me, and she goes, "Are we still going to Chili's?" And I look at her, I'm like, if we would have been mauled by a bear, we were still going to Chili's. And we did.
I want that triple dipper.
And then I got my tires replaced the next morning and sold my car the very next day.
Nice.
There you go.
So
The Chili's experience.
Chili's rocks. I'm
I like
a
it.
big Chili's fan.
I haven't been to Chili's in a while,
So,
but
do you thank Chili's for giving you a new car, or not giving you, but like?
Well, no, that's kind of that's the big part of the story is like I was scheduled to sell my car
Oh,
the next day.
so it just happened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it just happened.
So
like
it's weird how the world works like that.
Yeah, it sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
Mother Nature, she bucks pretty hard. So, yeah, I popped a tire because I was so determined to get to Chili's. I don't know what that says about me, but I don't really care. I enjoyed myself.
I almost went to Bossy Beulah's for lunch today.
Bossy Buell's is good.
Yeah. I wanted their little nuggets. I was going to get nuggets and a salad, and I saw that it would have been
I didn't even know they had salads.
$16.
They have salads?
Yeah, you can get a salad and I think the nuggets were like $8 and the salad, simple salad, that's what it's called there. It's like $5.
Oh.
And what, you just like throw the nuggets on the salad and
Well, you can get it all together, but I don't know, I just kind of I wanted to eat my salad, my nuggets
got
separate.
it. That actually makes sense because it's like, all right, I want the chicken nuggets, but I also want to feel like I'm making a healthy choice too.
Right, because I think they have I want to say they have like fries and maybe mac and cheese or something like that. No, maybe.
They definitely have mac and cheese.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I
a
know
place
they
like
have
that wouldn't.
fries.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
fries.
and it was
they load you up.
Oh,
with
they do.
fries, man. It's
They
like
do.
Five Guys.
Yeah. Five Guys. Okay. Y'all, look now. That's enough.
Buckle in.
Yeah, man. They'll put it in there.
Yeah.
Your bag is just greasy.
I know. It's almost off-putting.
Like a Jerry curl bag.
You can never. What?
A Jerry curl bag?
What is that?
Never mind.
Showing the age here, JJ.
All right. Five Guys though, it's so expensive, man.
Yeah.
And I don't even feel like I'm, oddly enough, getting the bang for my buck because I'm not going to finish all those fries.
Right. It went up. I went like 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I got the double bacon cheeseburger, which it was like $16.
That's well,
and I didn't even get a drink.
There's that, and that's a tall task because their burgers are already pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You must have been hungry, dude.
They're good, though.
I mean, the thing is, their patties aren't very thick. Like they're a good size. Are
they?
They're not. They're kind of smash burgers.
I haven't been in a while.
They're kind of smash burgers. Like a lot of when I see someone go somewhere like I think like a Chili's or somewhere, the patties are a little
Yeah.
thicker and they get a double. That's going hard right
Yeah, I
there.
know.
I can do a double at Five Guys. So like
Doubles are easy with the smash burgers. Like McDonald's, I guess, is technically a smash burger, isn't it? I don't know what
it depends
is.
on which one you go to, I guess.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
shouldn't ask. Just
Yeah.
take it.
yeah,
You're already here. Just eat it.
yeah.
Don't
At this point,
don't ask.
Just don't
ask
worry
questions.
about it.
don't look at it too long and just eat it.
You're like, is that beef? The guy's like, yeah, I think so. Just take it. Don't ask any questions.
Did you ever have Checkers?
No, it's rallies too, isn't it? It's both like checkers
think
and
so.
rallies.
I
What
think
is
so.
that? What is that thing? Hardee's does that too, and it annoys the crap out of me.
with Carl Jr.'s.
Just make it one thing. Why do you? Why spend double the money on? I don't know.
Hardee's.
You got to trademark both of those.
Carl Jr.'s. What was it? Checkers.
Checkers and rallies.
Rallies.
Is there any?
McDonald's. McDowells.
No, no, that's not.
Is that?
There's not a restaurant called McDowell's. Is there? No.
I think you're thinking of the
stop.
the famous McDougal
No,
from Coming
it's
to
Mc-
America.
That's not it either.
No, it's
Shut up.
McDowell. It's McDowell's on Coming to America.
Stop it.
It's McDowell's on Coming to America.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but
It is.
No, but that's like a spoof because they couldn't get the rights to the name McDonald's.
Yeah, but we're all smiling, so it's good to bring up.
I thought you were like messing with me, and you were like,
It is
"You ever heard of
McDowell's.
this other restaurant?"
the home
McDowell's.
the big
You
Mick.
you can buy
They have a
McDowell's
website.
kits. Yeah, you can buy kits.
Oh, do they really?
And the outfit for McDowell's.
Yeah, and the staff is people
Home
from
of
Coming
the
to America.
home of the Big Mick.
It's a full-on
It's just
website.
off. It's just off. It's the exact same picture as a Big Mac, by the way. Get our new cool T-shirts. Just their awful logo.
I gotta go
They have
watch
an
that
app.
movie now.
McDelivery.
Did you happen to catch the
Dude, what is this? Wait, is this a thing?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, all right. Meet the staff, and it's
Yeah,
Mr.
it's
Cleo
just-
McDowell. Okay, it's just characters from the movie.
Which
I love
rest
it.
in peace, John Amos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
dude. Celebrities are kind of dropping like flies right now. It's kind of eerie. A bunch of sports stars recently.
Yeah, yeah.
Pete Rose,
Mutombo.
Mutombo. Yesterday, Red Sox. Goodness, Louis Tiant passed away yesterday. Yeah, it's kind
And
of dark.
someone in the Commanders organization too.
Dang.
An old player. Yeah,
Rest in peace.
for sure.
It's just making that meme of all the dead celebrities in heaven bigger.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like Billy Mays and Harambe.
Move over.
Like,
Move over.
it just keeps. It's like the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper album. Where it's just a giant group of
Yeah.
random wacky characters, except it's all celebrities who have passed on
Yeah, man.
across the Rainbow Bridge.
A lot of talent.
Isn't that what they say when a dog dies? Rainbow Bridge.
I think it's just they go to a farm.
is that what they told you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he ran away. Go to summer camp. Shut up.
You guys hear about backyard baseball? It's
No.
coming out in less
Dude.
than 24 hours now.
What?
Yeah.
On what?
On Steam.
Oh, I don't have that. Is that on laptop or desktop?
Yeah.
PC, I guess you're supposed
Yeah,
to call it, but
yeah.
I'm on a MacBook and I literally have it pulled up.
What's backyard baseball?
No, JJ, don't do that to me, man.
No, really. What's
It's a game.
Bro, the Wiggles will take.
That's the Wiggles all over
It's
again.
fine that you didn't know about the Wiggles. Dude, backyard baseball?
I mean, I played baseball in the backyard before.
We need a new segment called Introducing JJ to
Yeah.
things.
I think that's what we start with this episode.
Have you guys seen that Conan O'Brien used to do this thing where it was probably just some intern or somebody on his staff who he picked out as like, you look like a nerd, come here. And they would just play video games once a
yeah.
week. And it would feature like different video games that were coming out. It was probably a sponsorship tie in there. But I feel like we should do that, but with you and just like introduce you to stuff that our generation, I guess, knows about. Like the Wiggles. It's just a 30-minute video of us watching the Wiggles with JJ.
As long as we can flip it.
yeah, why not? Of course. Give and take, man. Take a penny, leave a penny, or whatever. I don't know.
You're right.
Yeah.
We can do a quarter.
Okay, fine. Does anybody have quarters anymore? I don't have quarters. I have like a jar of them that I've collected over several years, but I don't use quarters.
I try to.
Do you?
when I can. The only thing I ever use quarters for, actually, and it comes in handy, is if I need to vacuum my car out.
See,
And
there are those little instances where you wish you had quarters, though.
Yeah, and usually when I wash my car, I go to one of those
Yeah.
automatic washes anywhere, and the vacuuming's free afterwards. But if
That's
I just
clutch.
want to vacuum my car, it helps to have those 4 quarters sitting right by you.
I agree. But you never do. I never do, because they're all at home in that jar instead of in the storage compartment of my car.
You guys watch Vanderbilt Alabama game?
Yes.
Ooh.
What
Yeah.
was that?
That was insane.
How?
The energy so reminded me of the old App Michigan game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The energy of that game did. That's the first. It just seemed like Vanderbilt just seemed just like that. They seemed like that App football team that knocked down a powerhouse.
My buddy went to Alabama. Like one of my best friends went to Alabama, and I texted him. I was like, "Hey, sorry for your loss," and he didn't even respond.
No.
He was that angry.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting fined $100,000 for
What
the
for?
goalpost.
For the goalpost?
Yeah, and
I
the
figured-
rushing on the field.
I figured they would. That's so like whatever.
Yeah.
That
I mean, I was watching the game, and you just see It's like everyone's rushing the field, and then all of a sudden, it's just like there's 3 people at the goalpost, and you just see the entire crowd just rush towards it.
I mean,
and then they just take it down Broadway and throw it in the river.
I'm willing to bet that there are probably some pretty high up people in the athletic office at Vanderbilt who were just like, all right,
It's kind of worth it.
fine. We just knocked off because Bama, were they ranked number 1
Number
last
1.
week? Yeah. So
that's Vanderbilt's first win against a number 1 team. Before they were 0-60.
it's a good stat. It's a very good
Wow.
stat. Yeah, that one's got some mustard on it. But dude, I mean, like that's a stinger.
Yeah.
Because Vanderbilt, I mean, no disrespect to Vanderbilt or whatever, but every conference kind of has like their, like the youngest child, right? Just
Right.
the like you don't, I don't know. I feel like Vanderbilt is often kind of counted out in terms of like whenever anybody looks at their schedule and it's like, all right, well, you know, week 1 through 3 we got non-conference, we're good. Week 4 we got Georgia, so we're done for. We could beat Florida week 6 and then or wait, what was I on? Whatever. And then you get down to Vanderbilt and you're like, oh, Vandy's a lock. We're going to beat them.
Right.
So they're always counted out. And so for them to beat Alabama just like the way they did too was I mean
At home
that
too.
wasn't on my bingo card.
Yeah, no.
Not for this year. It was insane.
Yeah, I wonder. I feel like it's easier for those big college programs to overlook teams during the season. Unlike the NFL, you can't do that.
No.
But I feel like college, especially early on, a lot of schools. Now, I believe that's changing now, but there was definitely a time that those early games, you know, you start paying a school so much money,
Yeah.
and they end up beating you.
I mean, I would chalk it up to the transfer portal
Yeah,
causing that
yeah.
that change.
Yeah.
But then again, a football team is hard to like totally revamp and kind of establish dominance with like the transfer portal alone.
Right.
Because like in basketball, if you get 3 good pieces that end up like really working well together,
Right.
you can take your team a long way. With
Yeah.
football, I mean, you know, it's.
I feel like
it's
if it's the quarterback in
bigger
football,
roster, yeah, 100%.
if you bring in a quarterback that fits your system better and he immediately starts to play, that could change things for you. Right.
A lot of these teams are in such lockstep with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like Georgia is, you know, Georgia's Georgia. Like, you know, it's on all fronts. They just are a powerhouse. And so one player on a team like that does not a successful season make necessarily.
Right.
But then you look at some of the, I mean, take Kentucky for instance. Sometimes all you need is that one player, and it doesn't even need to be a quarterback. Like last year, I think it was Ray Davis, like running back, that kind of, I think he was a senior. He just came out of nowhere and started just punching through the line.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, all it can take sometimes is that one guy to step up.
It's been fun to watch Colorado.
This year,
Yeah.
last year I feel like was a lot more fun until that Oregon game.
Yeah.
They're playing better this year.
That Oregon
Are they
game was
really?
so
I
bad.
haven't been watching Colorado.
Yeah.
I haven't really paid attention to him
Yeah.
either. I feel like the hype has kind of died down a little bit with
Right.
with Dion.
Yeah, they're 4-1 right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Who they got coming up?
Who have they played?
They got K-State this Saturday. Then they got Arizona, Cincinnati, Texas Tech, Utah, Kansas. Kansas is halfway decent this year.
Yeah.
They beat Baylor, UCF, Colorado State, which is a huge.
They've got
yeah.
kind of a
Yeah.
They lost to Nebraska. They got killed by Nebraska. Beat North Dakota State.
They don't have like a tough schedule down the stretch in terms of like, oh, they're playing all these ranked teams. I mean, as of right now, they're only playing 2 ranked teams, but you got these other opponents that, you know, they could really cut it close with. Like, I mean, Kansas, Oklahoma State, Cincinnati.
I feel like that Arizona game is going to be really
Arizona
interesting.
game will probably be very, very close. But yeah, I mean, I could sit here and pick through programs like all day and just.
Well, and it was also talks out. Speaking of Colorado, it talks out that Shedeur Sanders was chatting with I believe the Raiders owner on the sideline at the game.
Isn't that illegal? That's
I don't know.
Definitely.
I don't know.
That's non-compliant for sure.
I don't know.
If you're not allowed to hire an agent,
yeah,
and still be eligible to, like, you cannot talk to the owner of a National Football League team. Like, that can't be allowed.
Well, see, it's weird now because these players are getting paid.
That's the gray area.
Yeah,
those are some murky waters to work through for the NCAA, man. Like everybody, since it's kind of established now over the past couple of years, and so everybody's like, all right, that's just what it is. No, there are definitely some things to work through there still, where it's like, is this completely ethical?
Yeah, it's interesting.
It is.
You college athletes now, you can tell they look like money a little bit when they walk into the games now.
Yeah.
Not like they just scraped up some money the night before to get a pizza.
Well, that's the thing too. It's like you can't sit here and tell me that for years and years and years these players weren't being paid something.
Oh, right, yeah.
Through some series of loopholes.
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, it's just for, I don't know. Like, take cars, right? Well, they need some, some way to get around town. Let me donate a bunch of Hellcats.
Yeah.
F-150s.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of them sitting at the dealership that I can't sell. Like, let's just give them to the players.
How do these players get these cars?
You guys seen that 30 for 30 on SMU and all the controversy that was unraveled there about it's a good watch. I forgot what it's called. It must have been like.
But the SMU program.
Yeah, no, it's about the SMU. It's 30 for 30. I'm trying to yeah, so it's just like a bunch of bribes and payoffs and stuff, and then basically NCAA puts sanctions on them, and that was said to be like one of the biggest legal blows to a program in NCAA history. One that they're still trying to work back from. But it's a good watch. Mm-hmm. Every 30 for 30 is a good watch. Let's be honest. I've never seen a bad 30 for 30. Have you seen the one about Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi?
Nope.
Electric. Even the one about fake wrestling, Nature Boy.
Seen that one.
Made me cry. I was like, I've never once cared about like WWE or anything like that, and this is like, oh wow, there's much more to this than I think people give credit, or at least more to Ric Flair's life than people gave him. But anyway, I miss Dash baseball.
Yeah.
I really do miss Dash baseball.
It's coming back.
I know it's coming back, but it's like it's going to hit us like after January 1. It's going to be like
it's like all hands on deck, just getting ready to go.
And it's like, I don't know, it's definitely going to sneak up on us because pretty soon we'll be in March and putting the fishing touches on everything. Yeah. And I'm just being in all these meetings and on all these like promo night committees or whatever, I do a good job of keeping tight-lipped about everything, but man, there's sometimes like random things will come up in conversation where I'll be like, oh, we're doing a night for that.
You get excited about it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's I'm going through that now. And then I just the research I do on a day-to-day basis. Yeah. I get excited about different ideas and stuff. So
hey, not to brag about us, but congrats to us on being nominated, not in one category, but 2 categories for Golden Bobbleheads.
Yeah.
That rocks. Like, yes. Go us. That's our 3rd nomination now in 2 years. Competition was very stiff, yeah. But I did hear that the voting was, like, very, very, very close.
Oh, yeah.
There were some other pretty solid campaigns that other teams did. I mean, and that when they give out those awards, I mean, they consider all 120 teams across the entire country. So a lot of goods, being done in that department. But I don't know. This is not even coming from a place of bias, but like we put a chicken coop out in the kids zone in center field. Like we basically have a zoo.
They're here to stay.
Yeah.
They're year round.
So I don't know. And anyone who didn't vote for that is like, I respect your vote. I do. But come on.
Really cool feature.
Come on. Has anyone really done anything like that
Right.
innovative this year?
Right.
I don't think so. I don't
Nope.
think so.
I
Again,
don't think so either.
no bias.
I didn't see it on my feed.
I do work for the team. I am here most days of the year, but I genuinely do believe that we had the best one. But I mean, next year is just I gotta stay silent. I have to stay silent.
Yeah.
And that promo schedule will be
Yeah.
coming up soon. I think
It's going down, people. Is that what you're trying to say?
no, it's going
going
down. And if you're not here, get here. Tickets, ws-.com. Group outings, season tickets, Flow Club. That's gonna sell out this year. There's no doubt in my mind. Flow Club's gonna sell out. Lowe's Foods Landing. We were sold out every single weekend last year.
Yeah.
So like,
that's a big area too.
they're going fast. Yeah, it's like a 200-person area.
Yeah.
They are going fast, though. 336-714-2287, ws-.com. JJ, Carson, any last thoughts?
Hey, go Dash.
Dude, amen to
Go
that,
Dash,
brother.
yeah.
Amen to that. Go Dash. We'll see you next time on DashCast.